Hi everyone, welcome back. First of all, sorry for this blank wall behind me. I'm still trying to figure out what the best spot is in my new apartment to film, especially in terms of lighting. But the perk is I'm probably gonna be able to add some decorations behind me. Anyway, today we're here to talk about the top 3 myths about coping skills for self-harm. This is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while because I think these myths create a lot of frustration and a lot of discomfort during recovery. And I think we should talk about them way more. I think most of these myths come from this idea of finding one thing that is going to save you from self-harm, so to say, and I don't think that's really how coping skills work. As usual, this is not a professional opinion, this is just my own opinion as someone who's been through self-harm and who's interacting with a lot of people who have also been through self-harm. So there we go. The first myth is that what works one day will work every day. Or you can also take it on the flip side and say what doesn't work one day will never work for you. And I really don't see that to be the case, especially because you can have urges for different reasons, you can have kind of different types of urges, depending on the moment, on how you're feeling, on what's going on around you. Your urges can look very, very different and your surroundings can look very different as well. So just because something you tried, let's say on Monday didn't work, doesn't mean it's not gonna work on Wednesday, on Tuesday, on Saturday, or even on Monday just 2 hours later. It's not something that is always constant. So that means you're probably gonna have to keep trying the same skill out again and again to see if it sometimes works or if it's just something that is not for you at all. But keep trying. Just because it worked once doesn't mean it's gonna work always. And just because it didn't work once doesn't mean it's never gonna work for you. Just keep trying. The second myth is that you only need one coping skill. That can be one at a time or it can be one in your entire toolbox. I think again that comes from the idea of having one thing that's gonna save you from self-harm, so to say. And I think we've all heard stories of people in recovery that found their one true passion in life. Usually it seems to be sports or art, but that's not what happened to me. I didn't find my true passion that made my self-harm urges go away or would work every time. For me it's been a lot of small things, and it's been combining things like, I don't know, taking a hot shower and talking with a friend, or going to bed early and having chocolate. Most of the time, especially if you've been self-harming for quite a while or if you're in an addiction setting to your self-harm has become extremely, extremely good at regulating your emotions, at whatever is serving you. But it's become very, very, very good at that. And to find something that will work just as well, especially in the first try, especially if you're doing just one thing at a time, it's not very likely to happen. So I would say combine them. Find 5 things, 5-10 things, and usually if you do them all at the same time, maybe you're gonna get the same effect, so to say, as self-harm, meaning you're gonna feel as good or as appeased as you would with self-harm. But in my opinion and experience, finding one thing that is gonna work every time and that's gonna be enough to replace your self-harm is not super realistic. Of course, that would be nice. You could find your one true passion, you could find your savior, and then things would be much easier, but this is not really what recovery is about. At least for me, it was about learning the nuance of things and learning to differentiate how I was feeling as well. So having one big solution that would have worked every time maybe wouldn't have benefited me as well. And the third and final myth is thinking that coping skills are enough for your recovery. I have already made an entire video about that I will link here if you want to go see my entire thoughts on that. But basically, I don't think when you're in the recovery process, having just coping skills, so you could say, is enough. I think coping skills are very great. I think you need them because you're gonna have urges probably at least in the beginning or even longer than that. But I think you also need to gain the skills of understanding why you feel this way and where the urges are coming from. And I think this is also a big, big part of recovery. So I don't think you can only have coping skills. So coping skills are very important, but they're not the be-all and end-all. It's a tool, or rather several tools, that will be very helpful. Okay, that's gonna be it for today. I really hope you liked this video. If you want to chat with me, you can hit me up on Instagram. Link is in the description. As always, I answer to every DM I get. I really hope this time YouTube allows comments in other languages than French, because in my last video I had this issue where YouTube was only showing comments that were in French. So I really hope this is settled down now. But anyway, I will see you guys very soon. Bye.